Today's video is a reaction to chapter 1118. Let's dive into the main content. The giant robot fell into the sea.
The innocent Marines got caught in the chaos because of the robot the five elders knocked away.
The innocent Marines got caught in the chaos because of the armored suit or robot the five elders knocked away.
It looks like the robot is fine. It just got knocked away.
The Navy's getting caught in the crossfire again.
So even the five elders can't destroy it after all.
Or Marines.
In that world, aside from picture stories, the concept of robots doesn't exist. So, while it's conceivable to imagine people or creatures with prosthetic limbs or bodies made of metal or gold, for something like a moving mass of metal, you can only describe it as an iron creature.
No, that's not quite right, considering how Luffy and the others reacted with robot and all right off the bat upon seeing the ancient robot. It's pretty clear that the concept is already widely understood.
I wonder how they arrived at Marijus back in the day. If they were in another location on the Red Line, it wouldn't be strange if they had navigation capabilities.
There's also the possibility they crawled up the 10,000-meter high wall on their own.
Since Vegapunk aimed to replicate that robot, could the ancient robot also fly? Furthermore, while the Vega Force can only fly in stable climates due to island heating, the ancient robot might have been capable of flying anywhere.
Following last week, it's another monster panic movie. It's like this now.
It's not like I'm expecting it, but could there be a flashback about the robot?
Here are the translations into accurate English, considering the context. Among you all, even someone like Yuthat Namezo. The combined meaning in English could be, among you all, even someone like you, that name.
If we're connecting the previous statement with the current name, to those who bear the name of D, among you all, even, like Joy Boy, the blood of a massive kingdom flows. The name of that massive kingdom, something like that, right? If that's the case, they really don't want to reveal these names, do they?
The Den Den Mushi rolling around inside the Iron Giant's body, caught in the crossfire. Poor thing.
The mob Marines have it tough too. They don't even fully understand what they're fighting against.
But this robot really be making its exit like this? They said nothing could stop it when it came to Marijus. But now, with the five elders Boar attack, is it due?
Causing havoc in Marijus seems to be tough, as seen during the Revolutionary Army's attack as well.
I think now, considering the restrictions inside Marijus excluding Bangai Castle, the five elders are bound by transformation limits eliminating witnesses like Egghead.
Last time, there were whispers that Luffy lost his motivation after not going Gear 5, but he's definitely looking for it again. Where?
Could it be that the robot was simply pushed into the sea without any damage to its body? If they're not showing the Den Den Mushi short-circuiting or flooding, maybe it will resurface and resume broadcasting. Come to think of it, we haven't seen how Den Den Mushi communication works underwater yet. Radio waves would significantly attenuate, but what about thought waves?
Since there's a worldwide simultaneous broadcast in One Piece, there's a possibility thought waves aren't affected by water. In the real world, live streams are relayed via radio waves through artificial satellites, reaching the opposite side of the Earth. In One Piece, even though Vegapunk exists, it's doubtful they have the capability to launch artificial satellites. Therefore, thought waves might permeate through the Earth's crust and oceans to reach the opposite side of the world. If artificial satellites were feasible in their world, they would likely use them as the source of transmission.
Could it be that the five elders don't really care about Marijus or the celestial dragons?
Is it possible that the attack of the Iron Giant on Marijus was because the Gomu Gomu no Mi reappeared? Maybe Nico Robin was managing it in Marijus to prevent its revival, and that's why it was attacked? If so, it would make sense why Kipi was secretly transporting it to the remote regions of the East Blue.
I really want to see the Joy Boy flashback, but it's probably too early for that. I think it will likely start when Robin and the Straw Hat crew have figured out the truth to some extent, perhaps right after they find One Piece. That's when this series of mysteries and foreshadowing will likely culminate as the blank 100-year flashback.
It was unceremoniously dumped into the sea, but I doubt this is the end of it. Also, come to think of it, this robot seems to have its own will. What kind of species or perhaps ability user could it be?
So, isn't it true that aside from Luffy and Chopper, Vegapunk and the government side refer to the Iron Giant and the mechanical soldiers as robots? The Marines only say that they are something much larger than the giant race, but they don't really call them robots. To Luffy and Chopper, It's a dreamy giant robot. But generally, isn't it more like a giant moving piece of iron than a robot?
Seriously, why is he so fixated on Buccaneer? He pays attention to his subordinates' stories more than I expected, and he even listens to Dr. Clover's stories and he directing an unusually strong hatred towards Kuma.
That concludes today's video. Please like and subscribe. Let us know your thoughts in the comments.